Hello, this is Goku4071, back here with my Batman Begins 3 video. This is where I'm going to be talking mostly about the villains, who I want to see, who I don't think we will see, and who I think would work. I will be calling it Batman Begins 3 because when the Dark Knight was first coming out, everyone was calling it Batman Begins 2. So, until we actually get an official name, I call it Batman Begins 3. Okay, there is, before anything was confirmed, before we even knew that we were going to have Batman Begins 3, obviously we assumed, there was, somebody, I don't know who it was, and if anybody here watched this video knows, please leave a comment, stating who it was, stated that we were not going to see villains that had been done in any other media. So, that would mean that we cannot have, obviously, Joker, Two-Face, Riddler, Bane, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Catwoman. And now, I don't know exactly how they stated. I'm assuming movies. I was assuming movies, not the cartoons or the old 60s stuff. And Penguin. Sorry about that. Yeah. I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's true. And I hope it's not true. For one very good reason. Please tell me if you disagree with this one, but the villains that are left that we haven't seen before, I want to see new villains in this film. I want to see at least one new villain in this film. But the villains that we have not seen are way too small to be the centered villains of these movies. So there are 3 villains that have been rumored that I want to see one of them, if not multiple ones. Personally, I've been thinking long about this, and who I actually want to see in the movie is Catwoman, Riddler, and the Mad Hatter. I think they would work phenomenal together, and Bulls himself up, dude, has an idea about the film. And I'm going to say what it is, and I agree with it, and I want the film to be this. And I think 3 villains work for this film. If they do this idea, I think 3 villains work. Kind of do it that several people have taken up the Joker's thing, and that they're basically going to do their own thing. They're not working together. And while they're not working together, Batman has to try to stop these people while running away from the police. And I think in that type of story, I think 3 villains would work. The movie would have to at least be about 2 to 2.5 hours long, but I think it would absolutely work. And I hope they do something like that in this film. Now, the reason why I want Catwoman and Riddler in the movie is for the reason that when the last time they had been seen, they were done silly. Both were done in a way silly. Catwoman not so much silly as just wrong, but they were done. Riddler was completely done silly, and I don't like Riddler silly. Riddler to me is, in a quick explanation of what I want them to do with Riddler, is do a man who is so, he thinks that he's smarter than everyone else. He absolutely thinks that he is smarter than Batman. And he sets up these riddles that tell him exactly what his plan is, what he's going to rob, where he's going to rob it, how he's going to rob it. But he doesn't think Batman's going to solve it. And so he's and that's how I want the Riddler done in a movie. And I want it done sinister and sick and twisted and, because I think the Riddler can work in that kind of way and make this movie dark to some extent. The second movie has to be darker than this movie, but yeah, because this is where the city actually does finally get cleaned up. But yeah, make this one dark. Definitely make this one still a little dark. I usually don't mention actors. This is the one time. David Tennant, I think his name is, from Doctor Who, I want to play Riddler. I don't think he is. I've seen rumors. There are rumors on IMDb who's going to play him. I don't have it, so I can't tell you because I'm not online. I don't like him. I don't like either one. I don't think I don't know them, and that might be a good thing. I'm not saying don't have them. They've been in other movies, but they're not known, and that's not a bad thing. But David Tennant, I think would be phenomenal. I think he would be excellent, and I think he'd go above and beyond anything we could ever expect. Now, Catwoman, on the other hand, I want them to do Catwoman because of the fact that I love Catwoman. She's my favorite villain, and it's not because I like her. It's because a lot of people say that they can't do them. Her costume's unrealistic. Her costume is a cat suit. Look it up online. They exist. I believe Scarlet in G.I. Joe wore a cat suit. Cat suits can be done completely possible, but there was a fake thing online of who's gonna play Catwoman, and really cool, and that's what I want the outfit to look like. I will have a picture in this section of the video. Right now, look up. You should see a picture of the Catwoman outfit that I want them to use, because I think that works. Because she's a cat thief. She's a cat burglar, and the definition of a cat burglar is a thief who climbs up walls and breaks into windows to steal. Okay, Catwoman does that. I don't exactly know what the story of Catwoman would be, but I think Catwoman fits completely because they need another leading female, and I think it would work. And I think they set up for the last film of saying that the scene where he says, would this protect me against a dog? And he says, well, it will work against cats. I also want Catwoman to be somewhat sympathetic. I don't want her to be the barbaric character. That's why you have Riddler. That's why you have Mad Hatter. They're going to be your villains. This is going to be a very human character, a very person who, I don't know if obsessed is the right word, but just as a cat burglar. She wants to steal, and she likes living the high life, and that's the character, and I think that works. I think that works for Catwoman perfectly. And I think Catwoman would be excellent in the film. Now, the reason I want Mad Hatter is because I think Mad Hatter's never been done. They're doing a lot of Alice in Wonderland stuff right now, so people would love that. And you could do a really awesome storyline with Mad Hatter. And I would even think Mad Hatter would probably be a better villain to have as your main villain, or your bigger. Because I think the villain, I think using the story of that he's a man obsessed with Alice in Wonderland, and ends up kidnapping women named have the name Alice, and something like that would work. You can't go completely the Batman animated series. You have to do something more twisted and dark. Making him into a rapist isn't really good. But kidnapping children is what he should do, not adults. Children named Alice, about 10 years old. And that would also make it a lot more sinister, because we have not had anybody doing anything with children. Now, there are other villains they could use. I think Penguin would be perfect for the film. I think, because of the Mob. He has worked with the Mob before, if I'm not mistaken, in the comic books. If I am, please tell me. Also, Black Mask would be perfect. Same reason, Penguin. And there's a lot of other villains they could use. A lot of these, the reason why I waited so long to do this video is because, everyone's doing one of these videos, and not to say that I'm not trying to not copy anybody, because I recommended some people to do these videos because I want to see what people want, and that's the reason I'm doing mine. But it took me a long time to think of what I want, and to come up with some of my own original ideas, and yeah. But I absolutely think they have to have one major villain, one villain that has been used in different medium. And if they only use one, and I think this film does, the last film set up a really good premise, Batman being on the run, and I think they should really go with it. And hopefully it's not gonna, hopefully it's gonna pay it off. It's not gonna be like, hey, oh, Batman's on the run. Oh, okay, it's over. Batman's still a good guy. Yeah. There's also a lot of villains they cannot use. They can't use Mr. Freeze. They can't use Poison Ivy. They definitely, Bane is iffy. I wouldn't mind seeing Bane if they do him right. They can't use Man-Bat, and I want to see Man-Bat. this was just a quick video, or this was not a quick video, but this was just my thoughts on what they should do. Please give me a comment or a video response, and if there's anything you want me to talk more about in this video, please go through it. I don't really have an idea for a movie so far, but yeah, this is Goku 4071. Here with my thoughts on Batman Begins 3. Please leave a comment or a video response and tell me what you think. And I would love if you can do a video response. Do a video response to this. Tell me what you think. I want to know what everybody thinks about this. See you next time, YouTube.